Everyone mentioned today is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and everything I discuss here is theory until proven fact, even if it is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Yeah, my mic's doing all right. Okay, we're doing all right. Hang on a sec, let me change it to the screen. How you going, Deb? You were first. Kai, how you going? Good to see you guys. Black Hat Music, good to see ya. Who else have we got? Dealey, good to see ya. We've got Tasman, how you going? Good to see ya. J1, good to see you too. I did say Dealey, didn't I? Okay, I've got a bit to go over. Hey, Ruff, how you going? And George, how you going? Okay, just add you, just so you don't get censored, okay? Because people tend to get censored on here. Okay, let's go through the news. Okay, Chicago one, Ray. I wanted to say something too, Kai. You mentioned that no one from the Epstein list has been arrested yet. I don't think they're going to get him on that because that thing's been polluted so much. There's so much disinfo in it, I think, that they can't risk double jeopardy. If they try them and they don't have enough to actually get them, then they have to let them go and they risk double jeopardy. And you can't do that. And yes, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you can. But they can't risk it. So they're going to go, look, it's going to go from lower charges first, like fraud, money laundering, things like that, that will lead to these crimes being uncovered. Just hang in there. Okay. So Chicago One Ray said, you won't see this on CNN, so you folks know exactly what to do. That's why I bookmarked it. Hillary went to Munich and got checked by this Czech politician for talking shit about Trump. What I think Trump is doing in America is a reaction to policies that really went too far. Look at Hillary's face when she tries cutting him off and the moderator tells her to let Peter finish. Let's have a look.
Well, first, I think you really don't like him.
You know, that is absolutely true. But I really, not only do I not like him, I don't like him because of what he's doing to the United States and the world. And I think you should take a hard look at it if you think that there is something good that will come out of it.
Peter, what I think Trump is doing in America, I think it is reaction for something that, for some policies that really went too far from the regular people, too far from reality. So, you know, we saw the cancel culture. We saw the woke revolution. I don't agree with the gender revolution, the climate alarmism.
Which gender? Women having their rights?
No, let Peter go on.
I think there are two genders. So, but some of us think that there is more than one or more than two gender. I think there is male and female, and the rest probably is a social construct. So this is something that went too far.
But does that justify selling out the people of Ukraine who are on the front lines dying?
Oh, she's cranky.
Their freedom and their two genders,
Okay.
if that's what you're worried about?
Can I please finish my points? I'm sorry that it makes you nervous. I'm really sorry for that.
It makes me nervous. It makes me
Angry. And nervous. Nervous and angry, I think. Oh, dear. Did you see her face? You could see when the switch happened straight away. Mark PG said at dinner last night in Thailand with Canadians, English, German, Dutch, French, all had one thing in common. They hated their government for what they've done to their country. Most countries have been overrun by Indians, Pakistan, African, Middle Eastern, predominantly Muslim. It's all planned, just in case people didn't know. I'm going to keep repeating it. And Clandestine responded to NBC News, who said at least half a dozen Trump administration officials appear in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Yes, in what context? Yes, they're named because Epstein and the Dems were emailing each other all day long about how to stop Trump. You people are pathetic, preying on the ignorance of the sheep. And that's from Clandestine. And he's right. Because they didn't give any in what context were they talking about the Trump administration? Yeah. See, they don't tell you that bit. Mr. Poole, February 14th, 2026, Munich, Germany. Trump's Secretary of State Marco Rubio walked onto the stage at the most powerful security conference on earth. 300 plus world leaders, presidents, prime ministers and generals. He looked him in the eyes and said no American official has what no American official has dared to say in 30 years. We opened our doors to an unprecedented wave of mass migration that threatens the cohesion of our societies, the continuity of our culture and the future of our people. The room went dead silent. He then went further. We are part of one civilization, Western civilization. We are bound by centuries of shared history, Christian faith, culture, heritage, and the sacrifices our forefathers made together. European leaders started nodding. The Sistine Chapel, the great cathedral in Cologne, Mozart, Beethoven, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, these testify to the greatness of our past and foreshadow the wonders of our future. But only if we are unapologetic in our heritage and proud of this common inheritance. The entire room erupted. Standing ovation in Germany, the heart of liberal Europe. What the media won't tell you. Last year, J.D. Vance spoke at the same conference. They booed him. This year, Rubio got a standing ovation that lasted over a minute. What changed? Europe is waking up. France, Le Pen leading every poll. Italy, Meloni already in power. Netherlands, Wilders won the election. Germany, AFD surging to record highs. Austria, FPO just won government. The global experiment failed. Open borders failed. And the man who told them this was coming 7 years ago, Donald J. Trump, just sent his Secretary of State to say, we told you so, now let's fix it together. They called Trump a nationalist. They called him a racist. They called him a threat to democracy. Now the entire Western world is following his lead. The movement isn't American anymore. It's civilizational. The West is rising and we are rising. Oh, how you going, Timmy? Who else has joined us that I missed? Janelle, how you going? Sorry, guys, if I don't catch it, the chat ends up disappearing. I can't get back there, so I've got to try and say hello when people come in. So, and sorry about Rumble. I can't get the Rumble. I haven't worked out how to get the Rumble chat up there yet. C3 said Reid Hoffman is a disgusting, vile human. He was behind both the Christine Blasey Ford sexual assault scam on Brett Kavanaugh and the E. Jean Carroll sexual assault scam on President Trump, all while he himself was visiting Epstein Island Ranch and the apartment, just to let you know. And hey, Peg's Place, are you in there too? Oh, you are too. God love you. I can't really read from here. I'm trying. Concerned citizen said, wait, what, 60,000? Trump just decapitated the UN by cutting their finance and calling them out for what they are, a military extension of the unelected deep state globalists. And why do they all wear blue hats? Bombshell UN dossier, UN aid workers raped 60,000 people and its claimed organisation employs 3,300 pedos. And I've known this for years. Yeah, there's heaps of United Nations people who are not good people. The dossier claims United Nations aid workers have raped 60,000 people and estimate that the organisation employs 3,300 pedos. Yeah, and why are they wearing these blue hats? Same colour as the Democrat Party? Okay, C3 said, are you sitting down? 1970 USA, the white population was 87.5%. Immigrant households on welfare were 6%. In 2020, the USA, the white population dropped from 87.5% to 61.6%. Immigrant households on welfare, 59%, up from 6%. Estimated 2026 USA, white population 57%. Immigrant households on welfare rose to 61%. So 2% in 2 years. No, 6 years, sorry. Where am I getting 2 years from? And the white population dropped 4%, around that, 4.6 in 6 years. It was all planned, which we know. Hey, Keith, how you going? Good to see you. Conspiracy Bot said, what is this sexual image in the background of a scene in the 1977 Disney movie The Rescuers? Can you see this? In the background. It flashes up for a sec in one of the windows. Okay, so be aware when you're watching cartoons or you're letting your kids watch cartoons of what they're watching. I don't know how to, you'd have to pause every bit of the video or movie, sorry. They're not videos anymore, are they? Well, they kind of are. Oh, my God. You got to watch what your kids are watching. Okay, Mr. Poole said they weren't guests, they were targets. Every bedroom, every bathroom, every hallway. Hidden cameras in tissue boxes. On February the 5th, 2014, Epstein emailed his staff. Let's get 3 motion-detected hidden cameras that record. 5 hours later, his aide replied, I purchased them from Spy Store in Fort Lauderdale, installing them into Kleenex boxes now. This email was buried in 3 million pages for 12 years. Trump released it January 31st, 2026. Now ask yourself, why did Epstein need hidden cameras? The blackmail machine. Epstein didn't run a trafficking ring, he ran an intelligence operation. The FBI informant testified under oath Epstein shared footage with foreign intelligence agencies. The cameras recorded presidents, princes, billionaires and CEOs in rooms with underage girls. The footage wasn't for pleasure, it was for control. Every politician who visited, every billionaire who stayed, every diplomat who accepted his invitation. Filmed, catalogued, leveraged. For decades. Nobody touched him, not the FBI, not the DOJ, not MI6, because he had the tapes on all of them. The dominoes since the tapes surfaced. Goldman Sachs top lawyer Rumler resigned, called Epstein Uncle Jeff in 100-plus emails. She was Obama's White House counsel. Hollywood, Casey Wasserman exposed. Chappelle Rowan left his agency. 6 LA power players named. Wall Street, Brad Karp, chairman of Paul Weiss, resigned. Most powerful law firm in New York destroyed in 1 week. UK government, Mandelson, Prince Andrew, Crown Princes of Norway, 7 resignations across 3 countries. The Nobel Committee, chairman who gave Obama the Peace Prize, was on Epstein's payroll, raided by police February 12th. Here's what they're not telling you. The DOJ released the emails, the DOJ released the flight logs, and the DOJ released the Black Book. But they haven't released the tapes. 3 million pages, not one video from the island. Where are the recordings from Little St. James? Where are the recordings from New York Mansion? Where are the recordings from the New Mexico Ranch? I don't think I want to see them. Epstein had cameras everywhere. Oh, well, let's see them talk about this stuff. I don't want to actually see the deed. That's what I don't want to see. Epstein had cameras everywhere. The FBI seized thousands of hours of footage in 2019. None of it's been released. Who is still being protected? The names in the emails are the small fish. The names on the tapes are the ones who run the world. March the 1st, 2026. Next DOJ release date. Bondi confirmed. More is coming. The question isn't if the tapes exist. The question is when Trump decides to drop them. And when he does, governments won't just shake. They'll fall. Dark the light. Yes, they will. Truth hammer forever. It's kind of funny that the people who would not listen still call it QAnon, because it's Q and there's anons, and attach a mountain of made-up to it that Q never said. Also, there is the site that is QAnon.pub, okay? There is Q, there are anons. QAnon is a slur invented by those who fought like hell to stop the truth movement. Mario Norful said, wild to think QAnon was dismissed as a completely insane conspiracy theory even by me. And it took us all these years and citizens replacing journalists and the FBI to finally find out there actually was an elite sex trafficking ring protected by the powerful. The Phelan system failed. The Phelan system. The system failed so badly, we all owe them an apology. Well, thank you. But yeah, they're right. But then again, you're just like splitting hairs at this point, really. It is Q and it is Anons, okay? But the website itself where you find the information is called QAnon.pub. Okay, there are others, I think. But yeah, that's the one I've followed from the beginning. CCG Bryson said, stumbled upon this in the Epstein files. What? From RO to blank, RO blank to blank, RE, why did you change his password? Jeffrey's girlfriend was arrested. The next person to be arrested is you. That's with my information. And this is all in Arabic, I think. Why did you change his password? Trying to find the other. Original message. Sorry for the delay. Was eating dinner, got some emails that have to do with JE, but also some weird email that was sent to him by someone saying bar caused them pain. I'll send them to you. Don't know what it really means. Maybe you can see what it is. And the original message, I think Mark is a good person, but he's very interested in women and has a lot to do with them. The wealth of his brother is determined by the government. He no longer has much time to use his brother's wealth. He is old. He doesn't even believe in God. He's been in contact with underage girls, and I was going to take some money from him and give it back to him later. I'm not a thief. What? That is really weird. Yeah, it is what? What? Holy cow. Hey, Keith, how you going? Let me just duck over here for a minute. I'm going to, yeah, and subscribe. It's free. Thank you. God love you. Okay. Oz Integrity said if you're paid to protest, you should be required to provide public liability insurance and pay for police attendance and traffic control. Paid activism is not genuine protest and shouldn't receive the same protections of a genuine protest under law. It's a commercial activity. Because apparently, protest at Flynn Station posted by Jamie Y. Melbourne on Monday, February. Task budget $100 from Airtasker. Details. Israel's genocidal PM is coming to Melbourne and our government is rolling out the red carpet for him. There'll be protests in every capital city tomorrow evening. The Melbourne protest starts, they're being paid to do that, so you'd have to be stupid to join them. Really, really dumb. Unless you're so desperate for $100 that you're going to do it. Wow. Hey, Gal and George, good to see ya. Master Poole said, I'm going to spell it out one time only for those who are lost and not registering the hundreds of clues I've been dropping you. Here we go. Pay close attention. A lot of what you're seeing is completely bullshit and fake. It's so outrageous on purpose to get your attention at this point. Well, half the news is. It'll continue until it's accomplished that goal fully. There's no Biden presidency. The real Biden was executed for his crimes long ago, along with Clinton. No, that woman in purple the other day wasn't Hillary Clinton. You're seeing actors. Some have masks. That's why Biden keeps referring to himself as the masked president. This means they're the good guys in the movie on the team of freedom. The whole election was fake all along with the fake inauguration. Oh, mate. Fake executive orders, fake Oval Office. It's all bullshit. Wake up. The military is right now controlling our country until the new elections in a couple of months. The Insurrection Act has been signed. Executive order from 2018 is in full effect. Things will soon be revealed publicly. Hopefully you can wake up before then so you don't have a heart attack in the process. They really tried stealing our election. That part is real. Trump knew this and allowed it to expose them and arrest those involved, and will be implementing a blockchain fraud-proof election system, which was already patented back in August 2020. He skipped the Ninth Circuit corrupt courts because they too were compromised and went 100% Pfizer. This is a total military operation. The goal was to arrest and remove these crooks before ever winning an election. Furthermore, the Vatican owned the corrupt DC corporation that is no longer. It will soon be a republic for which it stands under the Constitution as originally intended. You will get a history lesson in the process along with a solid grasp of the Constitution. Many corrupt DC rats and Hollywood pedos have gone to jail and or been executed for crimes of high treason and conspiracy. Many more are in the process of meeting justice via military tribunals. Things will be made public in time very soon. No more secrets, no more games. There are many actors in the movie, not just Biden double comedian guy, who fell up the steps a few times. Who's who at this point is somewhat of a mystery. We don't know exactly who is who 100%. Some are playing a part from the very beginning. Others flipped for a deal and are now playing a part in this movie. The best thing you can do right now is wake up to the truth that's being shown to you, take heart that communists have no real power over our country, and look forward to the things Trump has already pre-planned long ago for you. I'll warn you now, things will get stranger from here. If you pay attention and listen to what I've told you here, you'll laugh. If you're watching the Mockingbird media, CNN or faux news, you'll cry. Whatever you do, please don't call Joe Biden president. He's really long gone and his double has no power. Enjoy the show. I wanted to read that because I had a giggle while I was reading it, okay? It's up to you whether you believe it or not. But it's what we have believed for a while. Blonde Lady 2024 said it's been a hell of a few weeks. Satanic pedo rings are real, cannibalism is real, and Kurt Cobain was murdered. Charles Manson was part of the MKUltra experiment and used the same techniques on his followers as were used on him. The Iraq War wasn't about weapons of mass destruction. It was a front to steal ancient artefacts related to Gilgamesh. Trump was an FBI informant against Epstein. Pizzagate's real. Q was right. Epstein didn't kill himself and could still be alive. The FBI erased the jail footage, created the death certificate the day before the death and wheeled out a stretcher with boxes and sheets. 2020 election was stolen. The MSM has managed to put the masses in a trance and basically hide all of this with non-stop coverage about one woman going missing last week. We mostly knew of it already, but watching it being exposed in real time is quite a ride. I'm drained. Good night, my friends. Some of these are just really good. Okay, and Mrs S 2023 said to the good people in Farah electorate here in Australia, here is your big chance to elect an MP that cares about the bush. Go One Nation. Sarah Jenkins, farmer fighter, your voice, real voice. Water, jobs and future, One Nation. Okay, Sarah Jenkins in the region of Farah. Is it in New South Wales? Yep, it is. Regional New South Wales, okay? Please vote for the Sarah Jenkins if you're in Farah in the by-election. Okay, cynical Publius said, I keep screaming this. Ship is a former DOJ prosecutor. He knows what he's talking about. The Bondi hate bears no rational resemblance to reality, and if you want Bondi-fied, that means you don't trust Trump. Bondi is the most successful Conservative AG of the past 50 years. Shipwrecked Crew said the Bondi-led DOJ has obtained a wildly successful string of huge victories in the courts at the appellate and Supreme Court levels that have advanced the Trump administration agenda across a broad range of issues that will be consequential for decades to come. If the Epstein hysteria was to evaporate tomorrow, never to be heard about again, by far the biggest losses will be the revenue now being realised by all the online influencers who are relying on it for income. And this is in response to Reason, who said they've been utterly incompetent to the point it almost seems like you'd have to be doing this on purpose to be this incompetent, says Massey on the DOJ Epstein file release. Well, I agree with this person. Let them cook. Okay, or trust the plan, however you want to put it. Trust the plan. Hey guys, how you doing? Oh, hang on a sec. Now, when I make you a mod, you can't go deleting other people, okay? I'm going to add a mod. Eyes. Have I missed anyone else? Keith, I did give you one, didn't I? I think I did. Okay, anyway, let me know if I haven't. Liz Krogan said, since so many people are asking me about Steve Bannon or trying to bait and pressure me into trashing him, I'll give you my honest opinion. My instinct for years now with Steve Bannon in terms of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein is he was running a white hat counter-op on him. The claims he was trying to do an interview and documentary with Epstein to help him restore his image, I have never bought, especially now after actually taking the time to watch the footage. For those of you who didn't watch the footage, Bannon literally told Epstein coldly to his face that he fucked up, then asked him in a serious tone if he is the devil. Now, it should not have to be said that if you're trying to get someone's image rehabbed, you don't have them talk about how effed up and twisted they are and that they're Satan. Bannon has done a lot to expose the deep state. He's paid a big price for it, and he was talking about pizza and being a pedo code word 3 years ago when almost all the conservative or MAGA influencers and media stayed silent or flat out lied against Pizzagate to cover it up. I didn't. Plus the boss pardoned him and he never misses. Another big tell is that Bannon is the only person Hillary Clinton singled out and attacked when asked about Epstein today at her event in Munich. So now I could go on, but do I really need to say more? Not everything is black and white. Learn to expand your thinking. Okay. That's interesting. What about Barr? Was he sent in to infiltrate and we all thought he was the bad guy as well? I don't know. Okay, this seems to be the same... Is it the same clip?
And we've been talking about Western values throughout the conference. And Madam Secretary, I'd like to ask you, I'm the mother of a daughter, and it absolutely horrifies me to see what the Epstein files have brought out. And I wanted to ask you, what does it say about Western values when Western leaders have perpetuated and participated in these horrific abuses of minors and girls?
Thank you very much. We have gone everywhere from New Start to Epstein.
To the last question, it's horrifying, and we're hoping that, there will be continued release every day that passes. That doesn't mean, as our news commentators say every day in the United States, it's because someone's name is there, they committed a crime. But I think there's a lot of very troubling and really horrific information coming out. Today, it came out that Steve Bannon was trying to get Jeffrey Epstein to help him overthrow Pope Francis. I guess that was part of the civilizational true conservatism. So it is something that needs to be totally transparent. I've called for many years for everything to be put out there so people can not only see what is in them, but also, if appropriate, hold people accountable. We'll see what happens. On the New START treaty, which we were.
Okay. Sorry, that was blaring in my ears.
And we've been talking about Western values.
Shh. Thank you. Liz Crokin said in 2019, Steve Bannon taped more than 15 hours of interviews with Jeffrey Epstein. Bannon was accused of giving Epstein media training for an upcoming 60 Minutes interview that never occurred. However, Bannon said he was not media training the pedo, but instead making a previously unannounced 8 to 10 hour documentary about Epstein's perversions and depravity towards young women, and links to the global establishment. It's been 5 years and Bannon's documentary on Epstein still hasn't come out yet. Why? Interesting.
2029 donated $3. Love all of you.
Oh, God love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. And with this, see, I'm wondering, right? Think about this. You know Bill Barr, right? What if he went in and infiltrated the Epstein and the Epstein, whole situation and got more info? I don't know. I'm just theorising here. I don't know for sure. Okay, but I'm wondering who the Barr was, because it was a double R. It wasn't just a Barr. It was BARR who was stuffing them up. I don't know. I'm just going to wait and see, okay? Mick and the Gong responded to concerned citizens who said, meanwhile, over California, what the hell is that? And Mick and the Gong said it's the grok symbol. At first I thought it was a Q, but it doesn't really look like. It does look like a grok symbol. I wonder what they're doing up there. Interesting. Hey, Canadian Patriot, how you doing? Mario Norfolk said, yep, okay. I did like that before. I read it before, so I'm not going to read it again. Ben Fordham Live said, this is unbelievable. Chris Bowen has racked up here in Australia a $60,000 phone bill in 2 weeks. Can you tell me how you do that when you can get like $100 plan a month, right? It is unlimited calls and data. So how? I think someone's money laundering here. Oh, well, not money laundering, defrauding the taxpayer. Like, it should be $59,900 less. Okay? And it should take him over another 2 weeks as well. I think something dodgy's going on here, man. Let me tell you right now, you can get a $100 a month phone plan. Okay? That covers, it's unlimited. So how do you get $60,000 phone bill in 2 weeks? Not possible. Unless he's claiming things that aren't happening, which is more likely the case. Lozzie B said, breaking. Melbourne Palestine protesters paid $100. Yes, I read that one already. Some of these I put in twice because I forgot I already bookmarked them. Okay. Oz Integrity said, considering Albanese just ordered the destruction of key documents in the CFMEU union investigations, his position and that of Labor are not tenable. This is racketeering. Oh. In the last election, 4,279,794. But in total, from 2020 to 2023, 6,202,126. Jeez. Okay, concerned citizens said never forget this clip from last year, which I showed on my other channel, but I'm showing it on this one because you haven't seen it, which shows the three most significant European leaders attempting to conceal a wrap of cocaine and paraphernalia on a train once they realised the cameras were on them and it was still on the table. These people are the same people that want to take you to war with Russia. Are you ready to have a look at this? And just in case you haven't seen it, because I did show it on my other channel, but not on this one. Oh. Okay, I cannot show you, sorry, I cannot play the music, but I can show you. Okay. Yeah, let's just cover that up with our arms like we used to do in school. You know, that's what this looks like. It looks like kids in school trying to hide things. Busted the audio. Yeah, oh, there you go. Yep, see? See, look when they sit down, right? Oh, yes. It's a spoon to sniff cocaine with, allegedly. It's in a paper baggie over here. Okay? And now he's going to try and slip it away there. Yeah, nice, eh? Nice of him. Ready? You can't put it in that pocket with that hand. So I'll just swap hands and stick it in my pocket. And if it was just a tissue, wouldn't he have thrown it in a garbage bin? Just asking, okay? Awakened Outlaw said, as has now been confirmed in the Epstein files, everyone now knows that George Bush Sr. was a particularly special piece of work, that he and his husband Barbara gleefully engaged in the stuff of nightmares. You haven't got to that bit, but geez, it does look like a husband there, doesn't it? I'm looking for it. Liz Churchill said, "Cry me a river, bitch." Marina Abramovic claims she's a victim and can no longer walk the streets safely. They won't be able to walk the streets. Because of conspiracy theories. She's an admitted spirit cooker, cannibalism for the celebrity whores that worship Satan. Let's have a look and listen.
And you know, this problem is that I have started having bodyguards because I had the opera Seven Deaths of Maria.
That's a pretty deep voice you got there, love.
Carlos in Carre Theatre in Amsterdam, and I lived there for 30 years. I had to be bodyguard every single day to go to theatre and back because there was announcement, the alarm that there will be people in the weapons in the theatre when I'm there.
Because of the Alex Jones stuff?
All of this, yeah. Then, when I was leaving the last day of performance, there was enormous, beautiful made from fresh roses, the heart in the front of theatre. And I was thinking this was for me, finishing the work. And they said, no, this is a protest for the children you just eat. Honestly, it's not fun at all. And I am just horrified by this. And this problem...
Yeah, well, it's been accepted for so long in your own circles. No, it's not normal, okay? You're a weirdo. You're a freak and you should be, I don't know, locked up if you've killed children, let me tell you right now. Oh, Conchita, how you going? Hang on a sec. Let me, Oh, okay, don't. Yep, have better things to do. Good on you, mate. Concerned citizens said they tried to tell us all and paid the ultimate price in doing so. Who did? Okay, Avisi, Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell, Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain, Princess Diana, and Anne Hesh. And so many more. With Epstein Island in the background. Okay. A tribute to them, I suppose. Lozzie B said, told you Labor would start preferencing Liberals to keep one. Listen to this. Our two major parties in Australia. Told you Labor would start preferencing Liberals to keep one nation out. The two major parties did the same in Germany. It's a one-party system. Bob Carr, who's an Australian politician, says decency will be wrecked by people that are against mass immigration, the invasion and the third world colonisation of our country. Bob Carr said, Labor should do anything it can to prevent one nation from winning fara. Yes, throw our votes behind the Liberal. Don't want Australian decency wrecked by race prejudice that makes migrants feel disliked and isolated and sullies our international character. And he actually said that. So that shows you that Labor and Liberal are going to preference each other to keep the two-party system going, because they are the ones who prefer the two-party preferred system. That's what they call it, two-party preferred system. The only people who prefer that two-party system is them. American Values set a human meat market in Arizona. How did we get here? Let's have a look. What is going on here? Here? Right.
Accused of selling bodies and body parts.
Oh, hang on.
In just months, and tonight, new grisly details of what the FBI says really happened.
ABC 15's Nicole Valdez is live, and Nicole, this paints a Frankenstein-like picture.
Yeah, it really does. Katie and Steve, closed for years. This building off 24th Street and University doesn't look like much, but according to new claims in these court documents, the Biological Resource Center was essentially running a chop shop for human body parts, mixing, matching, and selling them in ways we've never heard of until tonight. Described as unsettling, but it sounds a whole lot worse. One FBI agent revealing what it was really like inside the Phoenix body donation facility. In 2014, he saw everything from buckets of heads, arms, and legs to coolers filled with severed penises when the FBI raided the building.
Confused and angry. We thought this was going to be doing some good.
He even spotted a smaller head sewn onto a larger torso in a, quote, Frankenstein manner.
It wasn't a choice we made. It wasn't a choice any of the families made.
Body parts piled on top of each other inside Biological Resource Center, where families donated their loved ones for medical research.
Discoveries of sickness and disease, maybe come up with a cure.
Some say the company violated everything they promised.
Tragedy that's never resolved, and it just keeps going on and deeper.
The limbs, according to that agent, with no apparent identification. The company sued months after the FBI raided, families claiming their loved ones weren't treated with dignity and respect, a promise written on their own consent forms. The company also accused of selling body parts for profit after saying they'd only use the parts they needed and would cremate the ones they didn't and return them. A torso with a head apparently went for $2,400. A leg about $1,100. They'd even sell knees and feet alone for under $500. Now the owner of the bio.
That's more like not like eating human meat, but just selling the parts. Who you never know, it might be eating human meat these days. Yeah, the Conchita was someone who commented, and then they left, so well done. Thanks for commenting. Fletch17 said this makes more sense now, right? Hang on a sec.
The crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind?
Is that supposed to be a bad thing?
Shout out to Q. We'll be with you everywhere. I'm going to get in trouble for that one. Yeah, is this real? I've not seen it. And a torso with a head, we call that a body, lol. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's a human chop shop, and like they're just selling parts. They're not actually like eating the, or, making meat products out of the meat, as far as I know. I don't know, they might be. But they're selling like body parts, and people donated them to medical research, and that's what is going on. I don't know. If it's up to you whether you believe ABC and the FBI on that. So, unless we're not getting all the information, because it was ABC who did that.
Of selling.
Anyway, with the Trump clip, he was asked about Q. Okay. Speak with DD said JP Morgan Epstein freak and painting regarding Snow White email. Let's have a listen. What's going on here?
Like most people, I was very disturbed by this image, but I think it's important that we dissect it because I believe there may have been some clues left behind. So to get started, we have this stack of money. It says JP Morgan and Chase. We have this creepy man, and he's standing in his boxers with no shirt on. He has his finger over his mouth, and he's going, shh. We also see that there's a mirror facing the bed, and the girl that's lying in the bed is dressed as Snow White. If you go to look up the term Snow White in the Epstein library, you will get some results. One of those results is an email exchange between Jess Stolle and Jeffrey Epstein. Jess says to Jeffrey Epstein on July 9th, 2010, "That was fun. Say hi to Snow White." Jeffrey Epstein responded by saying, "What character do you want next?" Now, fun little fact about Jess is that he worked at JP Morgan and Chase between 1990 and 2013. And if you search up his name on Google Images, you'll find an image of him with his finger over his mouth. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking this, but the guy in this painting looks so much like Jess. And Jess did work at JP Morgan and Chase for 34 years. He also emailed Jeffrey Epstein about Snow White. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I think this might be the most genius piece of artwork with the most horrific backstory. It is so powerful. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like most people,
And
I was
hang on.
very disturbed by...
I don't know if her hands are tied or what. I don't know. Okay, Che Bowers said Epstein ordered a kitty costume as JP Morgan boss thanked the prolific pedo for the Snow White fun. Snow White is depicted as a 7-year-old in a fairy tale original. Jez Staley, head of JP Morgan Investment Bank and Barclays. Sorry, guys. Okay, and what have YouTube been doing? Well, YouTube, can you just stop trying to fix things that aren't broken? Drama Alert said, breaking, YouTube is removing more control from content creators, this time removing the ability to decide where creators can place ads. Well, thank God I'm not monetized then. And if they're skippable or not. Creators will now have one option for ads, and I'd prefer not to have that, thank you very much. I went searching because YouTube are doing some really weird Okay. Lithero said, hey, YouTube, you removed the sort by upload date search option, which effectively removes the last reliable way for small channels to get found now. Put it back immediately. Thank you. They used to have prioritised by relevance, popularity and date. They're changing everything. They just keep changing things. Like nearly every day there's a new change. Gamma Akutabi, I can't say it, I'm so sorry. There's a new change with YouTube and it'll affect everyone, even if your subscribers got all the bells and whistles up the wahoo set up. If they don't go to your channel on a very consistent basis, YouTube will not notify them of your live stream or new content. Or even when they do visit your page on a consistent basis by the sounds of some things. By the way, hey, Concheggy Yowie. And I think I saw Timmy in there somewhere. Sherry, how you going? Have I missed anyone else? George, did I say hello? Eyes? Okay. Hopefully I got to everyone. Okay, and I can't even read this person's name. I'm so sorry. Okay. Con is still. Okay, I don't know. YouTube, your UI is so broken these days. This is what I get. Dimmed mode becomes permanent for no reason. Icons are absent, overlapping text and ugly italics everywhere. Did you replace your designers with AI? I get this. A dimmed down screen. The rest of the screen is bright. So when I'm watching a video, the video is really dark, but everything underneath is really bright. So they've got some dimming mode in there. I don't even know how to undo the dimming mode. If anyone knows, please let me know so that I can undo whatever dimming mode they've done. I have to actually shut down YouTube and restart it again just to get out of dim mode because I can't see what I'm watching. It's too dark and the rest of the screen is too bright. Okay, back to Q. Dr. Russell McGregor said exact 6-year delta. Q3828, pretty damn relevant, don't you think? I'm going to pull the whole thing down. I'm going to bring the whole effing diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's going to be biblical. Okay. I don't know if I can do this. I'm going to give it a go.
I'm going to pull the whole thing down. I'm going to bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head.
Okay, that'll do. I'll get in trouble for that, but anyway. Yeah. Okay, that's what's happening. Lord Bebo said Google Genie. Oh, here's some AI fails. Google Genie 3 fails the mirror test. Pretty crazy. AI needs to understand the concept of physics. Then it may pass all such tests. Let's have a look. Watch this. It's quite interesting, really, I found. Okay, we can do without the music. I don't want to get censored any more than I'm going to get anyway. Just watch the mirrors and this thing, okay? This avatar or whatever it's called. I don't know what they're called anymore. Oh, whoops. It went from the mirror to becoming real. Now there's 2 of them. Yeah, and people think AI are able to run stuff. Hello, YouTube. Look at what AI is doing. Aisha Zaya, me, ChatGPT, are these berries poisonous? ChatGPT, no, these are 100% edible. Excellent for gut health. Me, awesome. Eats berries. 60 minutes later, me, ChatGPT, I'm in the emergency ward. Those berries are poisonous. ChatGPT, you're right, they're incredibly poisonous. Would you like me to list 10 other poisonous foods? And this, folks, is the current state of AI reliability. Okay, because what happened, I was watching briefly, I think it was a short on YouTube, that someone took a picture of a plant and asked ChatGPT to identify the plant, whether it was a member of the carrot family or hemlock. Okay? And ChatGPT said it wasn't hemlock, it wasn't hemlock, it wasn't hemlock, until someone said it was hemlock, and then ChatGPT agreed with it. ChatGPT just seems like a very agreeable AI. Even if you're wrong, okay, it'll agree with you. Look at that lady who fell in love with her psychiatrist. I don't know if you've seen it, went viral all over everywhere, really. Some lady fell in love with her psychiatrist and said he was leading her along when he was being very, very professional by the sounds of it. She had some weird fixation on him and thought that he was in love with her and she was in love with him. Just be careful of ChatGPT and all AI, really. Okay, I don't know how to say that, but anyway. There's been a cure for cancer. There's always been a cure for cancer, but what changed? Because all of a sudden, all-day astronomy breaking, Russia announced that new cancer vaccine, Enteromix, has shown 100% success in clinical trials and is now ready for clinical use. Another vaccine? Really? No, thank you. The government says it'll be available for free for everyone. Oh, they're really trying to help, aren't they? Cancer cells can now turn back to normal cells thanks to South Korean scientists. And then that's from the same people, All Day Astronomy. Then Kikus Maximus said a miracle happened. The community has donated over 2.5 million euro to help turn the dream of curing pancreatic cancer into reality. The project will be relaunched. Okay. Pamphlets said breaking Korean scientists reverse colon cancer. Kikius or whatever it's called. Breaking blood cancer can now be completely treated thanks to Vietnam medical team. Okay, Russia again with the vaccine. and someone in, I don't know, somewhere in a different language. Maybe Italian? I don't know. Spanish? Curiosity said scientists have taken a huge step towards curing cancer. MIT researchers have discovered how to remove cancer's camouflage from immune cells, allowing the body to fight and eliminate cancer like never before. Okay. So there's all these cures coming out. Okay, these are from January and February, early February. Diana Patriots Are United said 1939 Cancer Act, it's illegal to cure cancer. This is another thing I showed on my other channel, but I haven't showed on this one. Passed by Parliament in England. This was also being applied by the US. Did you know that under the 1939 Cancer Act, it's actually a criminal offence for medical practitioners to even advise patients of potential cancer cures? This raises the question, wouldn't it be considered fraudulent for cancer charities to accept donations under the assumption that they're searching for a cure when it's actually a criminal act for them to publicise such cures? It's still in effect today, and medical practitioners are being prosecuted for attempting to cure cancer. In England, some have even been jailed for doing so. Yours, Stephen Johnson. I found a hidden channel, banned truth, check it out before it disappears. Okay. And it does say that in here. Cancer Act of 1939, an act to make further provision for the treatment of cancer, to authorise the Minister of Health to lend money to the National Radium Trust, to prohibit certain advertisements relating to cancer and for purposes connected with the matters aforesaid. And it does say, I can't read the bloody thing. No person shall, hang on, I'm going to move the mic a bit closer, take any part in the publication of any advertisement containing an offer to treat any person for cancer or to prescribe any remedy, therefore, or to give any advice in connection with the treatment thereof, or if any person contravenes any of the provisions of the foregoing subsection, he shall be liable on summary conviction in the case of first conviction to a fine not exceeding level 3 on the standard scale, and in the case of a subsequent conviction. So, yeah, there you go. It is illegal to cure cancer. I should have just read it there. It would have been easier. God, I'm a nitwit sometimes. Duck said Epstein file release. Every cancer they've been trying to cure for decades is all of a sudden getting a cure. I don't trust it. Israeli scientists have discovered a means to treat brain cancer. So if you have brain cancer, right, and you really hate Israel, are you going to trust them? Are you going to go for that brain cancer? We're just wondering. Russian news said months after the United States withdrew from the World Health Organization, a group of Spanish scientists discovered a cure for pancreatic cancer. A group of Vietnamese scientists confirmed that leukemia can be completely treated. A group of scientists confirm it's possible to treat liver cancer. There you go. Lord Dre said, trust me, there's been a cure for cancer since the 1980s, maybe before that. The US pharmaceutical industry just couldn't stop lobbying to keep it secret and writing laws, apparently. The US left the WHO and coupled with the Epstein files, and boom, all of a sudden there's a cure for cancer everywhere you turn. Ever since the USA left the World Health Organization, 6 cancer treatments have been announced so far in 2026. Russia, cancer research, Japan, teeth regrowth trials, Mexico, HPV research, Spain, pancreatic cancer study, Brazil, earwax cancer detection, what? South Korea, cancer cells manipulation. When this happens, there is another deadly disease in the labs to be unleashed to run for another 100 years. They killed Dr. Sebi for curing cancer with herbs and falsified all his works and made the world believe he was mad. And that's again the same thing. The cure for cancer was discovered in 1976, according to Matrix Bot. In 1976, Dr. Brzezinski discovered a strain of peptides never seen before. He also discovered that people with cancer lack these peptides. Brzezinski then started giving patients a peptide called anti-neoplaston. Oh, my stomach's growling. I'm sorry if you can hear that. In 1986, Brzezinski presented 40 cured cancer patients to the Texas Medical Board. Two years later, the board tried to revoke his medical license. Is anyone shocked? 60 patients petitioned for the board filing complaints. Petitioned the board filing complaints. A trial ensued and the judge found Brzezinski not guilty of any crime. The FDA then took Dr. Brzezinski to federal court. Dozens of cured cancer patients testified for Dr. Brzezinski. I might be saying his name wrong sometimes, sorry. I've had no chemotherapy. I've had no radiation. I chose Dr. Brzezinski instead, after a lot of research. 30-plus congressmen wrote to persuade the FDA to allow Brzezinski's clinical trials. The judge declared a mistrial and the FDA later dropped all the remaining charges. The FDA then allowed Brzezinski to proceed with Phase 2 clinical trials. However, court cases continue to plague Dr. Brzezinski for 20 more years. That's how they get you. They tie you up in court. After many setbacks, the FDA just recently approved one of his medications. 2 other medications are currently in final approval. To support his claims, he showed Gaia recent patient results. What's Gaia in there for? This brain tumour went into remission in 4 weeks. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. These tumours in the liver disappeared in 6 months. Here's ovarian cancer that healed in 9 months. Wow. Ooh. And this one that I also showed on my other channel, but I'm going to show on this one. Now, I don't recommend, and I don't think Timmy recommends, baking soda every day, okay? Diana Patriots are united, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, Timmy. Cancer, candida, and the baking soda cure. Cancer is a fungus. Baking soda remedy cancer loves acid. Dirt cheap cure, and the oncologist Dr. Talio Simoncini has written a book. It's called Cancer is a Fungus. He found as an oncologist, every single patient that he tested had some form of candida in their body, and he was getting a 90% success rate. 6 ways to kill candida. Let's have a listen.
And the oncologist Dr. Tullio Simoncini has written that book. It's called Cancer is a Fungus. Oh. He found as an oncologist every single patient that he tested had some form of candida in their body.
I hope you can hear that okay.
And he was getting 90% success rate. He would get the most alkaline mix called sodium bicarbonate, and he would get a portacath, put it into the body, and when he would inject sodium bicarbonate straight into the cancer. Because cancer cannot survive in the alkaline environment. It loves acid. 90% success rate. I have a friend that lives here. You may know her, Dr. Emma Fields. She took one of her patients to him in Italy. But he had to come to a hotel and he had to dress in dark clothes because he was under investigation. In fact, the last I heard, he was in jail under a charge of manslaughter. My husband said if only he'd given the person chemotherapy, he wouldn't be in jail. Am I right? Did someone come to him in their latter stages and they would have passed anyway?
Yeah, it did say down the bottom, okay, if you're in your last days, it may not work, okay? Okay. Let's get into this. The Epstein affair, General Mike Flynn. Flynn may be the most powerful person in Washington. This so-called Epstein disclosure is a deliberate operation to confuse, smear and distract. The United States Department of Justice continues to delay accountability while deliberately creating chaos, blurring the lines between actual criminals and people merely mentioned in legal correspondence or discussions. My name appears because others were discussing my legal case. That is not guilt, that is not evidence, that is context. And it's being deliberately stripped away. That's why I was saying in the first post, the NBC one, saying that this person's mentioned so many times. Yeah, in what context are they mentioned? Okay, because Sean Atwood's mentioned in the bloody Epstein files, and surprisingly not the way I thought he would be. He just got mentioned for going and opening, knocking on the door of Ghislaine Maxwell's townhouse in London. Okay, if there's any real commitment to justice, then accountability must follow. Right now, it's not happening. The current DOJ is dropping the ball. I think General Mike Flynn is also pushing so people wake up too. The current DOJ is dropping the ball, failing victims, failing the public and failing the Constitution. Innocent people are smeared by association while the real predators remain protected. This is narrative warfare. It's designed to delay justice, dilute responsibility and shield powerful offenders by burying the truth in fog and bureaucracy. If there were any integrity in this process, the full files would already be public, clearly and completely and honestly without redactions. Show who did what, show who knew, show who covered it up, stop hiding behind redactions and half-truths. Real Donald Trump must correct this ASAP. The American people deserve real transparency, real accountability and real consequences. We are sick and tired of an inefficient DOJ. Over 72 million Americans voted for accountability, and we will not be ignored. To all the elite pedos and traitors who despise me for being an honest person, who could not be turned into one of their demons, you will not win. The truth is coming and justice will not be denied. And Flynn. There you go. Okay? He should be fired, not because of his Russian contacts, but because he lied about them to the vice president, blah, blah, blah. Leading reports said breaking AG Pam Bondi announces DOJ has released all Epstein files. I don't think that's right because I believe there's more coming in March. So Elon Musk said join Rupert Lowe in Restore Britain because he's the only one who'll actually do it. And Rupert Lowe is the one who was in Parliament asking about the rape gangs, okay? And he got Elon Musk backing him now. I am today launching Restore Britain as a national political party. Join us. Okay. He might be the one to be watching there. Truth Poll said, hi, Grok, since things like Epstein Island, global child trafficking networks, MK Ultra, UFO, reverse engineering, Bohemian Grove, etc. have been ticked off as conspiracies that are proven to be true, what are other alleged conspiracy theories that were proven to be real by 2026 from the Great Awakening map? I never trusted this thing, but hey, let's have a look. Based on verified info up to 2026 from the Great Awakening map, additional theories with substantiation include Operation Paperclip, declassified records, confirm US recruitment of Nazi scientists for tech programs. COINTELPRO, FBI docs reveal efforts to disrupt civil rights groups, UFO disclosures, government reports and 2025 hearings, acknowledge recovered non-human craft. Sources, CIA, FBI archives, congressional testimonies. Oh, I don't know if I'd trust that, but anyway. Based on verified declassifications, because they tried to keep him going. Grok list everything that turned out to be true by 2026 that you can find. Based on verified declassifications up to 2026, additional proven theories include MK Ultra, CIA mind control experiments confirmed by 1970s documents. The Tuskegee study, US withheld syphilis treatment, apologised in 1997. The Gulf of Tonkin, fabricated to escalate Vietnam, declassified in 2005. Operation Mockingbird, CIA media influence. Church Committee, 1975. Epstein Files 2026 release shows FBI mishandled evidence, including erased footage. Sources again are the CIA, FBI archives. Ah, yes, continue. Okay. It's prompting's pretty good. Continue from verified declassifications up to 2026. Operation Northwoods, 1962 plan for false flag attacks on US to justify invading Cuba. declassified in 1997. Project Sunshine, 1950s secret body part harvesting for radiation studies, revealed in 1995. Naira testimony, fabricated story to support the Gulf War, exposed in 1992. 2026 Epstein expansions, additional files confirm elite networks per court releases. And he's telling them, don't hold back. Continuing with more declassifications verified by 2026. Operation Timber Sycamore, CIA arming Syrian rebels leading to ISIS rise per 2017 leaks. PRISM, NSA mass surveillance, Snowden docs from 2013. Bohemian Grove elite rituals confirmed via leaked videos and attendee lists. 2025 UFO hearings, non-human biologics recovered per Grush testimony. There you go. There you go. Interesting. Okay, and that's it for today. That was the news. I had so much that I had to come back on and prayers for Alex too, because her little cat's not doing well. Okay, gone back as far as I can. Deb said it's big players. Kai said it's gotten so ridiculous and stagnant. Deb said crescendo is still coming. Out to lunch said, well, someone at a 3-letter agency got the hard drives. Keith said, smash that like button and subscribe. It's free. D. Lee said, we all love you, Tony. George said, hi. How you going, George? Deb said, please give Heb thumbs up so she can keep bringing us the news and a great place to learn. Yes, I'll give you news from all over the place, seriously. I'll give you something to think about, hopefully. Otherwise, what's the point? Kai said, let the confusion begin. George said, hello. Kai said, if Deb were here, it'd be really fun. She is, isn't she? Somewhere? Dealey said, George Johnson is my George 2.0. Kai said, then we'd have Deb and George and George. Oh, yep, the two Debs and the two Georges. Yeah, exactly. Kai said the lowercase g is the key. Eyes, how you going, my beautiful sister? Hope you're well. Deb, hi, hope you're well. Just a quick hello, God bless you too, Eyes. George said, I'm okay, thanks, Eyes. How are you? Yeah, prayers for Alex. Her cat is very unwell. Oh, poor Alex. I said, as God is my witness, I will not, and thank you. God love you. Kai said, Eyes, the Greek observer is Xander, sub up and meet, bro. Something to do with Bruce sees all. I think he's taking over, is that right? Okay. Xander is taking over Bruce sees all. And Keith, hello. And I should have a wrench here. Yes, he's got one now. Very cold in England, is it? Oh, Kai, cold here too. False spring for a few days. Oh, really? Yeah, we had a false drop in temperatures, getting my hopes up that it's getting cooler, and now it's going up again. Deb said, another one that makes me sick. I said the weather UK predicted snow the other week. It did not snow. All weather just used predictions. They're all lies, just like television, yes. J1, how you going? Kaleidoscope of evil. Kai said Hillary must have brown eyes because she's, full of shit. Poor people with brown eyes. Kai. Deb said, yes, thank for making her stop talking. Hillary. Yeah, body doubles. Canadian Patriot, Hillary 17.0. Did I give you a rent? I think I did. I'm not sure, though. Yeah, thanks for the awesome donation. Appreciate that. God love you, legend. 2029. I said, and anyone chat fed up with YouTube messing with their accounts, their full names to handle? Yes, Eyes, definitely. George said it could have been Barr's father. Research who he's connected to. It could be too. It could be. You could be right there. I was just like theorising in my own head. My imagination was running away with me. Kai said, one thing did bother me was Ghislaine, fifth on everything, mentioning Trump and Clinton during a Fifth Amendment answer. Yeah. I said, this earth is run by Satanists and monsters. It's so sad. J1 said, Bowen on Pornhub all day. That wouldn't surprise me. George said, Ghislaine is full of shit just like the rest of them. Kai said, careful not to chaff. Ruff Ruff said, J1, my thoughts exactly. How you going, Ruff Ruff? I said, my Prime Minister, Starmer, the monster's been long gone, body double playing Starmer just like Biden and many others. Kai said, I would believe Jim Carrey covered, but I think, yeah. I thought at first James Woods. I really did, but then I don't know. I said they're all body doubles. George said the war on drugs while these scumbags are sniffing coke. Exactly. Conchega said George Glaine's been swapped out for an actor comparison. Pics were shared yesterday on Telegram. There you go. I said the president of France is long gone and a body double as my eyes are wide open, but many cannot see it and are not interested. Sad. And Conchega said, hey. And Conchita said, bye, I've got better things to do. Have fun, people. I don't know if that was a smart-ass comment or genuine. Okay. George said, okay, Conchega, I've not seen that. I said, Conchega, I don't know who you mean, to be honest. Conchega said, it's Australian PM. Conchega said Bourdain was the cannibal chef. I said Charles and Camilla are long gone body doubles, playing them. Very true. Kai said we've all eaten people, known or not. Oh, don't say that, Kai. George said the UK needs to become a republic, sod the royal family. I've thought that before too, Kai. I know. I've thought it many times. I wonder if we've been fed something absolutely disgusting. Conchega said 1900 Constitution Act UK Section 8 one vote for Senate, Section 31 vote for the upper house, no parties. Kai said makes me wonder if epilepsy isn't just another word for kuru. I said, to be honest, all the fake royals from London are long gone and have been replaced. Kai said, I almost lived on fast food for a very long time. I said, it's amazing what you see when God opens your eyes. Dealey said, makes me sick. I don't eat much anymore. I become super picky about food. Yeah, well, that's the problem. Look, if we believe everything we're told, we will never, like I've seen people, there's that many videos on YouTube saying, don't eat these 8 Aussie breads. Don't eat these 8 Aussie chocolates. There's probably only 8 in the bloody country. There's probably less than that. You're not supposed to eat anything anyway. Just starve yourself. That's no good. That's no good. Go to the butcher and go to the veggie shop. Okay? That's the best you can do. Honestly. But I get you, Dealey. I understand because, yeah, but don't let it make you stop eating. You can't. That's really bad for you. J1 said Planned Parenthood is just another human meat market. Yeah, they sell body parts. Kai said it's not what goes into the mouth that defiles, but what comes out. Jesus. Timmy said, is this real? I've not seen it in a torso with a head. We call that a body, lol. Conchega said McDonald's and most fast food in the US are consumers of human meat over 1 billion served. Macca's motto. Oh. Kai said, yep, that's called a body. George said, US media upset at that. I said, Dealey, the fast food outlets are poison, not even meat or chicken. Even the drinks and cakes are poison. It's sad why people keep going. Yeah, out to lunch penises too. They'll be selling them too. Deb said to get more of Hev's news, please give Hev a thumbs up while she has a sip of her cup of tea. Nice. Kai said, from onset, how long till Kuru ends a person? I don't know. I'm getting a tickle in my throat again. No. Everyone in the house is still sneezing. And I'm getting tickles in the throat. Dealey said, think of all the babies born in hospitals, access to placenta and umbilical cord stem cells. I believe they've been using them for a long time, Dealey. Deb said, sounds like the Vatican, drawers full of penises. Yeah, Dealey, don't forget the foreskins. Guy said, the babies we eat was slipped up in a speech recently. Yes, I played it the other day. Deb said, yes, they take the cord too early. Yes, they do, apparently. Yes, the baby's supposed to stay attached to that cord for longer than they clamp it here in Australia. They're supposed to leave it attached for a little bit. Conchega said, Freemason ritual hand signs. Kai said, not mine, I'm complete, more room to grow. Deb said, believe the signs, serving people. Kai said, though I'm old and, well, I get good sleep, good. Conchega said, Kai, we call them worms with anti-flash in the Navy. Deb said, now they're hinting to children is not safer. Hey, Kentucky Karina, how you going? Good to see ya. I remember you. Have I seen you before? You sound familiar. Kentucky Karina. Eyes and gave up fast food and drinks in my 20s. Kai said, probably nothing corporate is safe, grow your own or hope and pray. I think the best thing you're going to do is get to a veggie market and a butcher or direct from the farm. Donald, how you going? Hi, everyone. I'm late for the show, but I'm here now. Dealer said, I gave up chicken after local news reported lab-made chicken. That was at least 25 years ago. I said, hey, my beautiful Oz sister, I hope you're enjoying your new home and location and nice and peaceful. And I hope Bella and Smiggles are having fun there. They are. But Smiggles knocked my cup of tea over this morning and went straight into the power board. So I was freaking out for about half an hour trying to mop up the mess that he made. Good one, Smiggles. Audrey, how you going? For years, the big conservative fantasy was Democrats would all be all over the Epstein files and it would bring down the party. The reality is Trump's name appears more than any other politician. Yes, Audrey, in what context? That they hated him, they were trying to work out a way to bring him down. Kai said AI is dangerous until it can feel pain. Deb said, has anyone in the chat hit the like button? Is man mandatory? Conchega said, Dealey, Woolworths had 2 pieces of steak, $50 a kilo. One was real, one was glued pieces. Oh, I've seen that. The pieces glued together. Don't buy supermarket meat. Get it from the butcher. You can at least see them handling it, that it's meat. George said her head spun around like The Exorcist. I said, I buy my eggs from an organic farm and meat online. The meat and eggs are amazing and very tasty, not like the wickedness of the supermarkets. Exactly, Eyes. When you go to a butcher or get it straight from the farm, you will notice a huge difference in taste. Deb said, I love some Happy Gummy. Kai said, and we're still the target for both sides, Dem, Rep, Trump, pedo, Dem. Deb said, sick woman. Janelle said, I've seen Grok get things very wrong too. Yes, I don't trust any of AI. None of it. Conchega said, ChatGPT is great for constructing letters. I said, those Satanists running the earth want to kill all of us and make us sick, yep. Dealey said, K Yowie, I feed raw beef to my dogs. I've come across what could only be created stuff plus glue, fake beef. Kai said it's so stupid that so many overlook so much to hate on one person. Rob Starr said, what a crazy realm we live in. I love it. What an experience. It is interesting, isn't it, Rob Starr? Good to see you. Can check us out, peeps. Okay, peeps, time to go. It's going to be 38 today. Oh, have a good one. Yeah, and the tooth doctor. Nice. Not. Deb said, well, just look at the car directory, took people in the water. The bad part is they still went in the water because they followed the navigator. Yeah, the GPS navigation. Yes, some people have followed it out in the middle of nowhere in Australia, and that's dangerous. There are no fuel stations, and it's very hot and dry, and there's no water. Someone nearly died. Out to lunch said, hemlock looks like Queen's and lace, wild carrots is the one with the red flower in the middle of the flower. Yes, well, ChatGPT was telling this person it was not hemlock until the person said, ChatGPT, it is hemlock, and then ChatGPT said, oh, yes, it is hemlock. So it's just an agreeable, it'll agree with whatever you say. Hillary Clinton could ask it if she's a good person, and I'd say, yeah, no worries, mate. I said the falling angels as demons are embedded in government on earth and Mossad and Israel, and the monsters housed in flesh like a body. Everyone's saying good night, Conchega. George said the Cancer Act needs abolishing. Yes, it does. Yeah, Deb, big money in cancer, yep. Out to lunch said a meteorite falls into a crater. Janelle said cure in what do you call it, apostrophes. Deb said hemp was taken out by the oil company. Tim S. said, I'll say this about cancer cures. Fucking duh. Did I do that one right, Timmy? Fucking duh. I said God's medicine cures cancer in many forms, not wicked big pharma. Yep. Kai, a cured patient is money lost. Out to lunch said have craters on your property and get a meteor. Out to lunch said no money in a cure. Exactly. Yeah, Kai, earwax cancer? I have no idea. George said they want us all sick, more money for them. Deb said I feel so sad watching friend dying because they follow the doctors. Tim said don't forget all these medicines are providing much needed data for their research. No one's asking what are they researching. Yeah. Kai said, firstly, earwax doesn't exist. It's sweat and dead skin and can't get cancer. Maybe it's a test on the earwax to see if you have cancer. I don't know, to be honest. I said lots of stuff that's grown in nature is a cancer cure. Many ailments dead in its tracks. Big Pharma do not like they serve Satan and they want to make mankind sick and dependent on them. Exactly. Deb said, when is our next talk with our doctor in the house, Timmy? Probably next weekend. Deb said, yes, have a book, God's Garden, Healing Foods. I said, although those in Big Pharma, past and present, will meet their end to be judged before hellfire for all eternity. Yep, Deb said, what a money pit, some research. Yeah, I'm sick of hearing, we're going to do research. Give us a cure. That's it. Don't tell us otherwise. Dilly said they murdered Dr. Rashad Battar for healing patients with cancer, autism and dementia. Yep. Deb said, yes, we need our Dr. Timmy. Out to lunch said, poison ivy has cure 3 feet from where it grows, plantain juice. I said, no one escapes our great God Almighty, the Lord King Jesus Christ of the heavens and earth. Kai said, Luke 17:21, you are the light. You'll judge yourself. Kai said, I'm not going to be happy with myself. Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. I'm my harshest judge. Like, I'm harsher on myself than anyone else, okay, than anyone else ever could be. Oh, no, I don't know how that's going to go. Oh, can you forgive yourself? I don't know. Out to lunch said baking soda raises the pH, I think. I think cancer can't grow in an alkaline body. I think I'll play doctor in bed, though. Deb said, funny that out to lunch. Kai said, I play immortal on earth. Out to lunch said Matthew 17:21, fasting and prayer, fast and pray. Deb said, sending love and prayers for all that need it, Havite family. Yes, definitely. I said, Kai, we are all mortal beings in the human The human bit is a lie by Satan. Mortal is the right through the Bible. No mention of human as Satan was a liar and murder from the beginning. Out to lunch, said Deb is so sweet. She is. Donald said, I think they had the cure for cancer forever. They created the cure before the disease. They normally do. Audrey said Trump's birthday card to Epstein was adorable. The pals are wonderful. That was fake, Audrey. If you can't tell that, I'm so sorry, but that was fake. Oh, dear. You fell for it. Okay, where are we? Back here somewhere. Alex and her cats and Dolores, don't forget. Yeah, Dolores. And, oh, she changed her name. I'll think of it in a minute. I will think of it. Kai said, of course, the kingdom of heaven was within you, clearly stated, yes. I said, Satan is a powerful being, but it's scared of me because I'm the light and serve Jesus. Kai said, the world may blow up, I'm short on sauce. Kai said, Audrey, get over it. Kai said, phone, be right back. Yeah, Audrey, you've believed the lie. I'm sorry, but you have. Out to lunch, Project Deep Dream. Out to lunch said AI Manhattan Project. Natalie, how you going? Good to see you. I'm going to make you a mod just so you don't get censored. Bruce's birthday. Right, Kai? Natalie said we just had 7 hours of sun in January. Hi, Patriots. How you going? Good to see ya. Yeah, great to see you. Well, are we going to have a movie night tonight? Probably not tonight. I've got a little bit to do this week again. Yeah. Raven Moon. Wasn't she called Lilith Raven Moon for one stage? God love her. God love her. I hope she's doing all right. The babies are all right. Out to lunch said, has anyone seen the Somalian waltz on YouTube? No. Out to lunch said, pretty good. George said, I can't until it warms up a bit so I can go on some hikes. Kai said, no, Xander started his own channel. Darla's running Bruce's channel. Okay. Oh, Deb said donation was from Out to Lunch. Thank you. God love you. Natalie said, hello, Patriots. Go Rupert Lowe. Tommy Robinson's been advised to leave the UK because of Muslim Brotherhood. Kai said, I'm almost always right. Sucks sometimes. Deb said, yes, you think Jim Carrey was one. Kai said, but I technically am adopted and get inside information. Deb said, I took it as a smart ass. Kai said, the fall up the stairs, Jim Carrey, bit too a move. Deb said, yes, have you ever eaten a hot dog? Yeah, I think most of us have. Dealey said, Deb, Chicago-style hot dogs were the best. Deb said, so many Jim Carrey stunts from his movies. Out to lunch said, England has a 15-minute city now. Dealey said, whole foods only, fruit, veggies, seeds, nuts, honey, lots of herbs, yes. Rick said, Abraham stretched his ears and a sore throat. Hey, Rick, how you going? Out to lunch said, you will use vouchers to leave and come and pay to come in, and there's a specific amount of coupons for both, then a fine for leaving or coming to visit. Yeah, Deb said, yes, lucky to have farms all local. Deb said, Heb's Cats has a tea fetish, she does. But that was not the one that knocked it over, it was Smiggles. Deb said, supermarket meat tastes different. Yes, it does. Out to lunch said, take a steak and they will make hammer meat too. Out to lunch said, yacht submarines exist. I'm going to try and buy one. George said, a lot of meat in the UK is halal meat. Tim S. said, excellent insight, Kai. AI remaining dangerous until it can feel pain. Pain is the best behaviour modifier. Our governments have that down pat, yes. They cause us pain all the time. Deb said, yes, just remember it's a tool we use. Don't let it use you as a tool. Rick said, halal is adrenaline meat, kind of like chrome. Oh, is it? Oh, I'm gonna add you as a mod just so you don't get censored. Because what you're saying may get you censored, but as long as you're a mod, hopefully it doesn't. Oh, look, I don't know anymore. YouTube are just hopeless. Kai said, Dr. T, I know, right? AI has no reins. Cassandra, how you going? Kai said, can't understand knowledge, can't feel pain, can't sympathise. Exactly. Out to lunch said, mouse can dive 20 feet down in a river and camel's hump is fat, not water like we were taught. Oh. Out to lunch said, moose, not mice or mouse. Yeah, money, research. Yeah, exactly. Hippos can't float, said Kai. Deb said, mice and men. Kai said, that's why you must forgive yourself for the heartfelt regrets. Deb said, they'll never give up the cash cows, medical professionals. Yeah, Raven Lilith Moon, that's right. God, love her. Yeah, love to the Moon family. Hope they're doing all right. And the little ones. Deb actually misses the naughty corner. Yeah, Rick, Obama speaks into the big mic. He does, yeah. Kai said, Big Mike been working it out. Oh, dear. Okay, guys, and with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I will be back. I might be back on Friday. If I can get on Friday, I'll come on Friday. If not, it'll be Saturday. And hopefully we get to do a watch with me on Rumble afterwards. Okay, guys, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.